Okay, today our assignment is Guided Class Practice 106A and 106B. We'll do the A side together, and as always, I want you to be doing side B on your own. So we're going to jump right into number 1. 311 children said yes on Monday. 125 children said no. How many more children said yes than said no? And you'll see here, there's workspace. That's a good indicator that we're going to need to write out this equation. This isn't a mental computation type of assignment. So anytime you see that it's giving you that workspace, I want you to take that workspace and write some stuff out, okay? So I'm going to underline, how many more children said yes than said no? And usually, how many more, I'm going to circle that. That is going to be a comparison. That's where we're going to be thinking about what is the difference between two numbers. That word difference indicates a subtraction problem. And then it's wanting the answer in children. So I'm going to go back and make sure when all is said and done that I answer in children. Okay, so 311 children said yes. 125 children said no. Okay. And so I'm going to, because they wrote these numbers out, I am going to bring these numbers over here. But before I do it, I'm actually going to write them out in digit form on here. That's going to help me make sure I take those numbers over directly. Okay, so 311. I'm going to write that out. So 311 and 125. Okay, that's going to tell my brain something. There's something that happens when we see those digits and we can really identify what number that is. So we want to know how many more. So how many more said yes and no? So yes goes on top and 125 no go on the bottom. And just to double check, it's always a good idea to see, is the number on top a bigger number? If it is, you've probably written your equation correctly. So that's a good indicator. We can take 125 away from 311. Okay, so let's go through our work. I can't take 5 from 1, so I'm going to borrow. Okay, so 11 minus 5 is 6. Now I have 0 here. I can't take 2 from 0, so I'm going to borrow. And I've turned that 0 into 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. And 2 minus 1 is 1. So these are all children, right? So I need to make sure I label that over on number sentences. And it's going to be how many more said yes and said no. So 311, and I'm going to just label with CH, minus, make sure that you use that same thing over here when you copy it, 125 CH equals, what's this number? 186, and I write that word for my last one. Sorry, it's a little shaky sometimes on this. Okay, then I rewrite my answer, 186 children. I squared that word, children. Is that what I answered in? It is. Awesome job. We always had to go back, check our work. That's what good mathematicians do. Okay, number 2. The clock shows the time Corey's dad leaves for work. Write the digital time. And then write the time using words. Okay, I'm going to look here, and I'm going to see for my hour hand, what is it in between? It's in between the 5 and the 6. So that means that it is currently 5 going towards 6 o'clock. Okay, so it's still in that 5-hour rate span. And what is my minute hand pointing to? Okay, it's pointing to 45. So it would be 5:45. And then when I'm writing it in words, I'm not going to write 5:45 because remember, if I divide my clock into quarters, this is quarter after and this is quarter to. So it would be quarter to, what's our next hour? Quarter to 6. So I'm going to write that here. Quarter to 6. Okay. It takes Corey's dad 1/2 hour to drive to work. At what time does he get to work? How much time is a 1/2 hour? 1/2 an hour. That is 30 minutes. Okay. So there's lots of ways you can solve this. I always think whenever it's a 1/2 hour, no matter what my starting time is, I always know it's right across the clock. Okay, because that would split that clock in half. So if it's 45, a 1/2 hour is going to get me to 6:15. Just like if they were at 50, if I draw that imaginary line right across the clock, that's going to be a 1/2 hour away. So a 1/2 hour would make it 6:15. If you want to check your work or that doesn't make the most sense to you, you can always count. Okay, you could do 30 minutes, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Still get to the same amount of time. You could also add 30 minutes to 45. Okay, so 15 is going to get you to that 6 o'clock and 15 more to 6:15. Okay, lots of ways to solve that problem. I just know when I do it, I always know a 1/2 hour is going to be the exact opposite side of the clock. Okay, number 3. Circle the word in which 4/7 of the letters are vowels. Okay, so that means that 1, I have to choose a word that has 7 letters. 2, 4 of those letters have to be vowels. A, E, I, O, U. So when I hear vowels, A, E, I, O, U. Okay, those are our vowels that we're looking for. So let's count the letters. 1, 2, 3, let's try it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so Nevada has 6 letters. Is that even an option? Nope. Delaware. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Delaware has 8 letters. Is that an option? Nope, it has to be out of 7. Florida. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, Florida has 7 letters. Let's count how many vowels. A, E, I, O, or U. 1, 2, 3. So for Florida, that would have 3 out of 7. Okay, 3 of the letters out of the 7 letters are vowels. So Florida is not an option. Let's try Georgia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh, so Georgia has 7. That's an option. Let's count the vowels. 1, 2, 3, 4. So Georgia has 4 vowels out of the 7 letters. Is that the fraction we're looking for? Ooh, it is. Okay, let's circle it. But like all good mathematicians, we're even going to check that last answer just to make sure. So Ohio, let's see how many letters. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Ohio only has 4 letters, so we know that one is not an option. So Georgia is our word that has 4 of the 7 letters as vowels. Okay, write 3,580 in expanded form. I'm going to look at my first place value, my largest place value. That's in the thousands. So I'm going to write it as 3,000. What does my digit 5 represent? What number is that? 500. What's my digit 8 represent? 80. And my digit 0 does not need to be represented in this equation because it's already represented by 80. There's nothing in the 1 spot. Sorry, taking a drink of my water there. Okay. Fill in each missing symbol. So it's either going to be a plus, a minus, a multiple, a times, or divided by. So square root of 16. That means that's a square number. Okay, so there's going to be a number we multiply by itself, and it equals 16. What do you guys think that is? What do you know that is? That is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So the square, I am sorry about that. The square root of 16 is 4. So 9 has to do what to 5 to equal 4? What do we have to do to 9? We have to take 5 away. So that's going to be a subtraction. 9 minus 5 is 4. Okay, 3 squared. That means we times 3 by itself. So what is 3 times 3? 9. Okay, 18 has to do what to 9 to make it 9? It has to subtract. 18 minus 9 is 9. Okay, 7 times 4. What is that? $28. 280 has to do what to 10 to make 28? That one is divide. Okay, number 6. The Board of Education has fuel bills for $6,000 to $6,219.37, $729.35, and $1,623.63. Find out how much they owe for fuel. Show how they will write that amount on the check. So this is just like we practiced in our lesson.